as they're traveling through time, Leonard and I developed this concept that time would come in waves and sort of bang the whole, like as I guess they're going through warp 4, warp 5, warp 6. We wanted to demark that with a sound, that like, you know, like breaking the sound barrier, which is Mach 1 or warp 1 or something like that. So I wanted to create the sound of this time wave approaching. And it was very simply banging on the dumpster behind our recording studio. We had this huge biker guy, you know, Harley Davidson, Hell's Angel kind of guy, literally just taking both fists on a, you know, a metal dumpster. And he just, you know, two fists just bang the side, and we put the microphones inside of it. And you got these huge, huge resonant metal. And that, you know, you slow it down a little bit without a whole lot of elaborate processing. That's the sound of the sort of the time warp crashing on the hull.
Steady as she goes. Warp 4. Warp 5.
The sound of the probe talking to the whales was simply processed whale talk, and that was a good part of my job. Is I wanted really, really authentic humpback whale song. So my brother actually still lives down the street from Roger Payne, who's the most notable cetacean, God, I'm going to get this wrong, biologist. So we sent him to Roger Payne's lab, and Roger spends his career recording and quantifying and, you know, categorizing whales, humpback whales. That's his specialty, and he has a huge library of whale song. And now you can't just go out in a boat and hang a microphone and get whale song. It wasn't something we were about to embark on. We wanted somebody who does this professionally. So my brother spent hours in Roger's lab looking for sort of just the right lilt of humpback speech, because we wanted real authentic song for the humpback whales when they spoke. And then we took that and processed it electronically for the probe portion, as I spoke of earlier, speaking to that whole sort of, hey, how you doing, whales? You know, we're doing fine now, what's going on? You know, so we then took real whale song and edited it, you know, massaged it piece by piece electronically to fit the sort of envelope of human speech, so it would feel like talking. There's what we call the peel away, where they're on the bridge of the Enterprise and they're hearing the probe and these weird sort of squeaks and squawks, and sort of devolving that or deconstructing that sound back to whale song. So we had to sort of lift our skirts in a sense and get from this weird squeaky electronic sound to whale song and show all the steps along the way, because Uhura goes through this fun sort of little mad scientist thing, deconstructing it.
I think I have it, sir.
And this is what it would sound like underwater.
Yes, sir.
Fascinating.
So if you're a sound guy, you got to hear, oh, that's what Mangini did. I see how he did it. Uhura did it for us. That's not a space-age console. That's a synthesizer she's got there. I think what I think is fun to remember as when you go to see the movies, especially a movie like a Star Trek, is that so much of that world is fabricated. And if you were transported, no pun intended, during the watching of a Star Trek film, it's because everything worked, and you never stopped once to think, oh, did a guy make those sounds? You know, if you believe that somebody was transported, or you believe somebody was shot with a phaser or something like that, it's because some nerdy guy like me was in a studio goofing around with synthesizers and weird sound effects and made something that was so believable that you bought it as that reality.